Before we begin, imagine this. Somewhere in the United States, there is a coin so rare that even seasoned collectors can go their entire lives without ever seeing one. A coin so valuable that even in heavily worn condition, it sells for thousands of dollars. A coin so legendary that its very existence has shaped the history of American numismatics. That coin is the 1893 Morgan dollar. With a tiny mintage, brutal circulation, widespread melting, and endless counterfeits, it has become the holy grail of the entire Morgan series. Today, you are about to discover why this single coin changed everything, and why it remains one of the most hunted treasures in U.S. coin history. The 1893 Morgan dollar stands at the very peak of scarcity, rarity, and collector demand. It is the lowest mintage business strike Morgan dollar ever produced, with only 100,000 coins leaving the San Francisco Mint in 1893, a year filled with economic panic, collapsing silver demand, and nationwide financial instability. The United States was deep in one of the worst depressions of the 19th century. Known as the Panic of 1893, banks were failing, silver purchase laws were changing, and the mint drastically cut coin production. As a result, the San Francisco Mint produced only a tiny number of Morgan dollars, never imagining that this would create one of the greatest numismatic rarities of all time. What makes the 1893 even more interesting is that most of these 100,000 coins were never saved by collectors. They went straight into the economy, circulating heavily in the American West. These coins passed through mining towns, saloons, local railways, general stores, shipping companies, and everyday trade in a time when silver dollars were real working currency. As the coin traveled through countless hands, it endured decades of wear. Many were lost, many were damaged, many were melted down during later silver melts. By the time collectors realized its rarity, most of the surviving population was already in low-grade condition. This is why the 1893 is truly exceptional. It is rare not only by mintage, but by survival. Almost all remaining examples grade good, very good, or fine. Finding a very fine example is exciting. Finding an extremely fine example is a major event. Finding an AU or MS example is nothing less than historic. High-grade 1893 Morgan dollars routinely trigger bidding wars, and they often sell for prices that reach deep into six figures. The finest known examples have crossed the $1 million mark, cementing this coin as the absolute king of the Morgan dollar series. Because it's so valuable, the 1893 has also become one of the most counterfeited coins in the world. Thousands of common 1893 Morgans have had fake mint marks added to mimic the real thing. Entire counterfeit factories have produced replicas pretending to be genuine. This is why professional certification from PCGS or NGC is practically a requirement when purchasing an 1893 The shape, position, angle, and punch style of the mint mark are extremely specific, and experts know exactly how it should look. Ironically, the massive wave of counterfeits has made the genuine specimens even more desirable and far more expensive. Collectors often say that you can buy every Morgan dollar ever produced, but you cannot truly complete the set until you own the 1893 It is the final piece that separates normal collectors from elite ones. It represents survival through one of the toughest chapters in U.S. financial history. It represents a turning point in silver policy, and it represents raw, undeniable rarity. Owning one is not just owning a coin. It is owning a piece of American history that almost vanished. Even heavily worn examples of the 1893 continue to rise in price because the number of collectible pieces is fixed and demand only grows stronger every year. This is the kind of coin whose value does not depend on silver spot price. Its worth comes from scarcity, demand, and historical importance. That is why investors, collectors, and auction houses continue to chase this coin passionately. So as we wrap up, remember this: the 1893 Morgan dollar isn't just rare, it is a masterpiece of survival. It embodies the struggles of a collapsing economy, the transition of America's silver era, and the power of true scarcity. Whether you collect coins for history, investment, or simply the thrill of the hunt, the 1893 S is a reminder that some treasures become legendary, not because of their beauty, but because they were never meant to survive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's greatest numismatic icons, hit that like button. Subscribe for more rare coin stories, and let me know in the comments which rare coin you want me to explore next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.